afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Attack helicopters, unicorns, and miscellaneous, should I have left anyone out. I want to talk today about whether mentally ill people are evil. Are they? Well, the truth is, yes. We want to take over the world, and we're coming for the lizard people first. No, I don't believe anyone with a mental illness is evil on all level. I've known a psychotic narcissist, and I agree with Sam Vaknin that there is something less than human about them, but I genuinely don't believe even they are evil. We have to look at what good and evil is for a start, and I'm going to go off on what might appear to be a slight tangent, but with paganism, what you had was the goat god, which was known as Pan, and he farted about with a flute, luring away fairies and nymphs for orgies and the like. And Pan, the goat god, when Christianity formed, I would think it was formed by the ruling class at the time. The goat god became Satan, with the horns, and the sacrificial lamb on the stone, which the pagans used, became Jesus on the cross. And in this day and age, on the religious side of things, you have Satan, who was Pan, and he is the devil, drop the D, evil. That's the extreme side of bad. And then you have God, which is Jesus, which is good, which is the extreme side of benevolence. So, on a practical level, what is good and evil, as opposed to an ideological level? Evil, I have come to understand, is unchecked, unbridled hedonism. So that is doing what you want despite the consequences. And good is choosing to be benevolent and do benevolent acts despite free will. I believe that people with mental illness are not as in control of their faculties as the average person. So they would very much appear to come across more hedonistic. I've got BPD, and mortifyingly, it just means I had this explained by a psychotherapist that my emotions are more extreme and last longer again than the average person. Doesn't doesn't have it doesn't mean I'm evil. So the manifestations of this are, I'll give you an example. I was with someone a couple of weeks ago, and I was informed that I could not sing Beyonce's Halo, that I didn't have the vocal range for it. Now, this person has never heard me smash Beyonce's Halo, so they had no right for a start. But I went into BPD mode, I'll say, and I got this pout on me like a wee girl. That's what happens. People do notice it. I notice it now, and I find it mortifying. But at the same time, I can't stop it. So I'll take offence to something, and I'll sort of think, and I'll feel quite indignant about it, and I'll have an expression like a child for longer than I should. And it's embarrassing. It's humiliating. Actually, it makes me want to go to another room and not be with company. I am learning to laugh it off now. I can feel myself pouting, and it's like, but I had that ever since I was a wee girl. I remember walking in supermarkets with my mother and stuff, and sort of shelf stackers saying to me like, "Oh, cheer up, wee one," and it was like, am I unhappy? I didn't realise I was unhappy. So that's been a theme there. So yeah, it just means your emotions are more extreme and last longer. It doesn't mean there's any malice or bad intent there at all. And I believe that even even the worst illnesses, which the effects do hurt people at their worst, the person isn't the person isn't doing it with an intent to be inherently malicious. I genuinely don't believe that. I think it's like a trapped animal just trying to escape, and they don't know any better. When did anybody ever do something in a conscious state that they genuinely believed was wrong? And when, does that make sense? People tend not to do things that they think are wrong. It doesn't tend to benefit them or the human race. So yeah, as much as it would be quite easy to say, oh, mentally ill people are evil, or narcissists are evil and they're not human, it's wishful thinking. It's lazy. It's not true. Evil is a transient thing. It's an act. It's just, I don't think it's an inherent characteristic. I think it's maybe even a transient situational way of being as a reaction to your environment or your treatment. So even abuse I've suffered at the hands of a psychopathic narcissist, I don't believe if he knew another way that he would be like that. I don't. So for all those people out there who think, and I've had horrible experiences with people who have been mentally ill, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that you had a bad experience. Full stop. It's horrible, and we learn from it. We live, we learn. Try not to class all people in the same category, because they're even paradox. I've discussed that in the past. Give people a chance. Be open-minded. Want to learn. Want to know how people function and why they function the way they do, and don't attach a stigma you know nothing about or think you do because of hearsay. Use empiricism. And I think, just while we're on the subject of good and evil, people have to give up this utopian idea of collective responsibility, because I think paradoxically such a thing can't exist. I think people have to take individual responsibility for themselves, for the behaviour. I think to those who say let go and let God, I would say evil prospers when good men stand down, and that the kingdom of God is within you. All we can do is work on ourselves, bring ourselves to a higher state of awareness, be more disciplined, be more considerate, take better care of ourselves and our fellow human beings. So I hope that clears things up. No, mentally ill people are not evil. They're just trying to get by the only way they can. And you could help them instead of stigma. So let's make progress. Go and love yourselves better than anyone ever did. I love you. Bye.